don't know, it's like we've been working so hard for so many years, and like when we had this residency, it was so touching that how many people came, and it just meant, it meant so much to us, because like this year has been so difficult, and at the start of the year everything fell apart, and so we really did want to give up, and I mean I did, and so it was just like, it was so moving. I mean, there are times at Spaceland I just wanted to bawl my eyes out because it just meant so much to me that people were there, and it was still like, oh gosh, like, so anyway, that was really great, and I was going through that month, and then I just had such a weird morning where I woke up and I was like I have to go to work and I have to wait tables, and I've been waiting tables at this restaurant since I moved to LA for 5 years, and I was like, I'm tired, and like it was just that feeling of like despite how nice it is that everybody's coming to our residency, I was just like, part of me is still just feeling like, you know, tired of doing this and tired of like having to sort of just pinch by, and I just felt really depressed, and I just felt like no matter what I achieve locally, it's like nobody on the outside of LA is ever gonna notice us or even bother to listen to this CD, and I just felt very depressed, and so I called in sick for work because I was like, I just want to have a me day, you know, I just want to like have a me day and like get out of this dark place I was in. So I called in sick for work, and I started to just think about things, and then I suddenly just felt really good. I was like, you know what, even though it's just locally that people really like listen to the music and come see the shows, I was like, some people don't ever get that in their whole life, and I was like, and that's enough. And I started just feeling so lucky and so blessed, and I was like, and you know what, I can wait tables for the rest of my life and just make music for my friends locally and these wonderful people, you bloggers that come, and I was like, that's like so enough. Like I'm so lucky to have that. And I started just feeling really, really, really good again. And like, it's totally enough. And I just was like, that's fine. That's all I'll ever need. And then it was so bizarre. But like by 5 o'clock that day, like my manager called and he's like, you're not gonna believe what happened. He's like, randomly, like out of all the bands in the world, he's like, you got chosen to do this national Samsung commercial. They're using your song. They want to use High Wire, and they're going to show you performing. And I mean, I just like fell on the ground crying, and I was like, are you kidding me? It's like, what? It was so weird. It was like one day I went from like lowest of low to like feeling like totally at peace with everything to like being like my mind was blown. It was really like, people, I've heard the saying your life can change on a dime, you know? And I believe people when they say that, but I've never personally experienced that. But that was like a day I'll never forget, because like my whole life just like, I just felt like the sky opened up, and like we had never expected it. It was crazy. I mean, we weren't like auditioning for this. Like it was so random. It was it fell out of the sky, like into our laps. It was like the right person saw us, and that was that. It was really weird. The first time I ever saw myself in this commercial on TV was at the restaurant I've been working at for 5 years. And the reason I ever got that job is that they had a stage upstairs. And so I was like, oh great, you know, I can go up there and play and like test out songs and have no pressure and like know who's gonna come, you know, there and watch bands. Nobody does. So it was like a great starting place. So when I moved here 5 years ago, and so it was such an amazing moment, because I was standing there and the whole place was packed for the Laker game, and I was waiting tables, and all of a sudden I heard the High Wire, and I turned around and I was like, oh, that's it, that's me. And then the whole place like turned around, was watching these, it was across like 4 screens, and everyone's like, that's her. And all my coworkers were gathering, and everyone's like, oh my God. And I was like, seeing it for the first time on this huge screen, like everything in my mind going like, wow, like I started at that little stage upstairs, and now I'm like on the screen and like seeing that guitar shot and everything, and I was like, and I just started crying, and I was like shaking, and I was like, oh my God, and then like the whole place was cracking up. And then when the commercial ended, everybody stood up. I got like a standing ovation, like all these people, and they were cheering and clapping, and I was like crying, and it was like a movie. I mean, it was like probably one of the top 3 moments in my whole life. It was unbelievable, and people just kept coming up to me the whole shift, strangers everywhere. They were like, that was such an amazing moment to be a part of. And regulars that had been coming to the restaurant for 5 years that never knew I did this, They were like, what? And it's fun. And it played like 8 more times, and it never gets old to be like taking somebody's burger order and be like, oh, hold on, I'm up there, I gotta watch myself. And they're like, what? Really? It never gets old. It's fun. It feels good.
We generate electricity. Our phones help us share it instantly, so we can say, hello, Cleveland, even when we're playing in New York.
The Samsung Omnia 2, with a new, faster way to input text.
Our thing is loud. Our phone is a Samsung.